Alright, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, another fall day, but today's supposed to be the last of it, and then we're going to go back up to the 80s, almost to the 90s, which will be super nice. But today, I went to the gym. I listened to a Jim Rohn lesson on becoming more, or like improving your life, and it's actually a really good lesson. I'll put a link to it in the description, but I think it's like 2 hours long, and so far he's talked a lot about you can become more than you are because you can become more than you are. You can get, I don't know how to say it, but you can get more than you've got because you can become more than you are. I think that's how he says it. But basically he just says, like, if you would work on yourself as much as you would work at a job, then you could be at a much higher level than you are at a job, which makes so much sense. Like, it makes insane amount of sense that it's almost too easy. But then when you start actually doing it and you start working out and eating healthy, you feel really good, because like ever since I started working out and eating healthy, I've felt so good. Which that might be another thing I might start posting, is some cooking videos, because I haven't had to ever cook before, because I was very lucky to live in a house where my mom and dad would cook all the time, or we'd have easy stuff to make, like microwave noodles and stuff like that. So I haven't really had to cook until now, and it's actually kind of fun. I've been missing out on this, so I might have to do some cooking channels. Be looking forward to those, or cooking videos, not channels. And we're still posting on RSN. I actually just got done finished recording another video with Quevin, which we need more people in there. So if you want to join that, reach out to me, because we would love to have you in there. And also, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, he was also saying, Jim Rohn, however you say his name, that a lot of stuff, what you reap is what you sow, or what you sow is what you reap. And it's basically like, it's an old quote referring to farmers and stuff, and what you sow is like what you plant, and then what you reap is what you harvest. So whatever you plant in the spring, you get a harvest in the fall. And it's like, and he was saying that he used to have a list before he started working for his mentor, which I forget who he said his mentor was, but he started working for his mentor, and he had a list of all the things, of reasons of why he wasn't where he wanted to be at, and not a single item out of all the things on the list, he didn't have himself on there. And he showed that to his future mentor, and he's like, wow, this is a pretty elaborate list, but you don't have yourself on here. And ever since then, he threw that list away, because it consisted of like the government, the weather, his car, how much money he had, his family, and all this stuff, like time that he doesn't have. And he said after that, he threw that list away, and he made a new list, and the only thing he put on it was me. Like, just the word me, because that's the only thing that was stopping him from being where he wanted to be. And because, I mean, if you put in the work, you're going to get the results. No matter what you do, if you do something long enough, if you constantly do something long enough, you're going to get the results, no matter what. It's just the amount of time and effort that you put into it. If you're going to put in like 30% and do it forever, then maybe you won't go very far. But like E.T. the hip-hop preacher, who's pretty cool, that I like to listen to sometimes, he talks about going 120%, because as humans, just as like being a mammal, we can put out so much more than we think we can. When we think we're at 100%, we still have more to give. Like, David Goggins talks about this a lot too. When he would run his ultra marathons, like 100 miles, 200 miles, he would run at a time, consecutively, which is insane to think about. And he said that you learn it real quick when you start doing those, is that when you think you're at your limit, you still have so much more to give. And people don't realize that, because they don't push themselves at all. And that's another thing, which is like, if you want to push yourself and go that distance, it's a trade-off. And I'm starting to learn that, because coming down here, I had the idea that I was just going to go to work And I was going to grind and do that all day. But that's because I didn't really have much going on where I was at. But now down here, there's so much going on and there's so many more things to do that it's like, if I do that, then I'm going to be missing out on a lot of things that are happening because I'll be working all the time. And it's just something to think about. It's like juggling these ideas around, which are really cool ideas. It's so cool to be able to think about these things and have these problems, because just a year ago, I was thinking back yesterday, just a year ago. Last year at this time, I was still up in Idaho. I was starting senior year of high school, which wasn't very good, as all of my years were, as I would say, but that's because I didn't make the most of it. I weighed 215 pounds, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. And just looking back at like what I did in a year, I lost 50 pounds. I weigh 160 pounds now. I'm down here in California, done with school, and I'm juggling with so many different ideas of what I want to do now, and it's amazing. It's like people underestimate what they can do in a year, and they overestimate what they can do in a week. And it's crazy. So if you really want something, I mean, it's there. You just have to do it. You just have to do it, and it's like, it's really cool. But I'm going to wrap up the video there. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure you share the video, subscribe, and join the Discord. Link in description. Go subscribe to us on the RSN channel, or go and check out our interviews and stuff, and let us know what you want to see on that channel. And I'll see you in the next one.